Welcome back to this live session. Hello traders, welcome back to the live session for second day of the trading week. And definitely a very important day, remarkable day. This is NFP week. Definitely very important week as starting today from NY session flow in the market. Looking at on all those instruments, starting with, first of all, we will be looking at DXY or gold. You can share your thought, which one you are looking at. Today coming later, first of all, starting with the calendar here, that we can see on calendar ISM service manufacturing PMI. And on the calendar, ISM service manufacturing PMI coming up AUD GDP. And also tomorrow coming up to AUD high impact news, and then Xauusd job opening next day. All of them will be covering in the live session, and then followed by last day of trading week NFP coming up, a pretty important trading. We can see that here, and this week is outside the rocking week as NFP week, and begin this day as well with all of you guys. Welcome back to this live session. Coach, I'm on dollar yen, buy or sell. You see there is a breakout on dollar yen. Hello everyone, thank you. And guys, did you like this stream in the beginning? The first thing I would appreciate if you like this stream. That will help the algorithm to catch that stream for more view. Thank you. And also give me a feedback here, guys, if you can hear me and see me on the live chat. Welcome. So we see the dollar yen has initially started to bounce back to the upside here. Looking at here on gold, we can see this market from the high. This is the gold market from the weekly. If we look at the daily, now gold is in a very strong bullish trend. If you look at here, it just crossed this all-time high, just reached that all-time high, guys. The market has crossed 3500 first time here these weeks after this quite a few months of sideways movement, that I would say 3 monthly doji with series of higher low here. If you look at here, you can see 3 monthly doji form series of higher low 1 2 3, and after this 3 monthly doji, the market has made its move back to the upside here. And last month that we can see what happened, the market has closed with a bull candle in that area here, which is monthly bullish price action. Here you can see that from the monthly, and with the new monthly open, what we can see, the market initially has got moved back to the upside here. And what we can see from here after this monthly close, this new monthly price action from this monthly support, we can see there is a initial bounce here with one single move back to the upside on the monthly that we can see on gold. Now, as the market has crossed this all-time high, we can see the market coming for a pullback, and what you could see that the market potentially to remain bullish. Do you think that? Share your thought. And do you think that the market is going to be bullish gold? Now, as an NFP week, we are looking for better entry opportunity in the market. Looking at the weekly, here's the weekly market that we can see from this support level. This is the impulse to the upside on the weekly, which is pretty sharp bounce back to the upside here. This is the high that you can see from the monthly. This is an all-time high. This is the weekly doji that we can see in the past. The market had a sharp rejection from this high here on the weekly perspective, and the market just crossed that high. We see that a couple of pips above, around it's quite a few pips, that I would say 100 pip. After crossing that all-time high, the market now coming for pullback. So looking at daily, now daily market, that you can see the price today just crossed that all-time high, and then now it's on a downward momentum for a pullback. Probably we are looking for a potential entry here. We could see the market to possibly test and then to reject back again. From the 4-hour chart here that we can see on gold from the intraday, this is where there is a narrow smaller candle which is a high liquidity zone. The price moves from liquidity to liquidity. What is the next target for gold, sir? We will be looking at, we see the market is in a sharp bullish trend here. I'm also keeping along with also gold, we will be keeping the most volatile currency pair for today. Organize the chart here. So from the daily, we see the market is coming to the daily level here. And if we look at here on dollar yen, that means dollar, there is a strengthening of dollar yen, which is pushing back to the upside from this support. And I think slowly DXY also having some momentum back to the upside after breaking that low. And if you look at the daily here, we can see the market pushing that back to the upside from the 4-hour as well, moving that back to the upside here. So that market, if we look at, could be reflecting on euro dollar. Here we can see that from the euro dollar, from the weekly perspective, after crossing that high, the market slowly pushing that price back below from the weekly here that you can see, and from the daily that you can see also the same thing. The market is coming back below. From the 4-hour perspective here, that the market is approaching that key level of support here on the 4-hour perspective. Weekly, monthly price action that you can see the prices just tested the high, now coming back below here to test the low here on euro dollar. So we will be keeping eye on euro dollar and British pound US dollar. British pound US dollar has got very sharp breakdown here as well. So we see a couple of instruments currently showing possible breakup structure. This is what we need, a breakup structure for any kind of entry. So as the British pound US dollar dropping back below here, if we look at the daily, we might see the market to potentially break that low here directly from here to this support, and then to return again back to the upside. This is the weekly low, and let it drop in that direction. While you are looking at gold, our focus too on gold and dollar yen is breaking out, and this is from the weekly. If we look at from the support level, it got a break to the upside. We might see dollar yen pushing up further here. Now, beside dollar yen as well as Gbpusd, also we are looking at gold here. Now, I'm looking at gold on the lower time frame. We'll keep the currency as also on the watch list. I was looking at a couple of pairs today. So here on gold, in this area, that what we can see after crossing this all-time high, it's moving back below this daily support. So if we look at the monthly, that's a bearish pressure. From the weekly, also bearish. So a couple of areas that we can, this is the monthly and weekly zone that we have shaded, a very important support level. And if we look at the daily here, which is today's market open with a strong bullish momentum as a continuation back to the upside on the daily. From the 4-hour chart here, that's where, guys, this is the daily. If you look at here, you can see here is a very narrow, smaller red candle in this area, which is high liquidity zone that we can see. And with this high liquidity zone that you can see on 4-hour, if you look at here, you can see it's a big bullish engulfer. And with this bullish engulfer that you can see on gold, currently the market, after engulfing this pattern, if you look at, this is the 4-hour bullish engulfer. Now, as it is coming for a breakup structure potentially, if you look at the after the 4-hour previous, this session's candle forming a possible bearish momentum here, coming back to this support level, which is an important 4-hour support. Now this level that we can see, guys, this is very good morning everybody. This support is where a possible, a very high area of value. This is ultimate goal of all analysis, guys. This is mind-blowing. You'll see that ultimate goal of all analysis is to come to the area of value where you can look for better entry opportunity, right? That's all we need to find an area of value where there's a high liquidity, right? So if you look at today's market, there is a bounce, this 4-hour bullish candle early in Asian session, and then the market has broken back to the upside. And with this bullish impulse from the daily, if you look at the market now approaching the same daily support level. If you look at the 15 minutes here, it's a one single move from the 1 hour, also one single move back below here in this market, waiting for the market potentially to drop down to that daily support level. This is where the key level that you can see in this market, which is pretty sharp support, as there is a 4-hour 10 EMA, 4-hour support to important level, expecting it to revert back to the upside. If you look at here, there's a liquidity gap here in that area, expecting the market to potentially drop further and then to revert again back to the upside here. Now, that support that you can see in this area here, which is a key level of support, and from that support expecting that the market potentially to test and then to return again back to the upside in this market. For us to find an entry, as we can see the price approaching this key level of support, which is also the daily level. Just need $35 more to pass my second phase from game. Well, Did you guys like this stream? If you like this stream, then make sure you like this stream, smash it, and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't done yet. Now, what we are looking at here in this market, if you look at, you can see this is a key area of support, which is the daily level. Now, understanding, first of all, guys, when to buy and where to buy is crucial, because once you know your target, your zone that you want to take the trade, you done almost 80% of the work, right? Let's say you are in the middle of the jungle and you wanna, hunt a deer or any kind of, anything that you wanna feast, right? Now, if you don't know where you gonna find that thing that you wanna hunt, you don't know, right? Once you can identify your object that you wanna hunt, then you can prepare yourself to go there and catch that. So in the market, if you don't know where to buy, when to buy, then it might be very difficult for you to do the analysis, because you don't know that what's your level here that you want to trade, right? So that being said, here what you can see in this market, there was a breakout, right, which is a bull market. Now it's coming to here, which is, if you look at the daily market, it's a complete first one single day move that you can see early after this all-time high. The market is getting that rejection back below to this daily key level, to this support level. From the weekly, already you see the market extended to the all-time high and coming for this deeper pullback in this area. Here is the 4-hour 10 EMA that you can see in that area. There's a narrower red candle, which is liquidity zone, an important support level where there is a very important high liquidity in this area that you can see on gold. Now currently, as the market has started to pull back to that level, that is what we need to look at. If you look at the 10 EMA, you can see in the past the market was respecting this 10 EMA. Now, is the market coming to 10 EMA, or it's coming even further below here, right? That's where we are looking at. Understanding the zone. See, in trading, this only that you need is to find an area of value, an important zone, and then from that area of value, buying or selling with proper risk management. Having a strategy means you are having a tool, okay, a way, an edge in the market. Sometimes it's very confusing, right? What is the difference between trading and just gambling, right? That's the difference. Having an edge in the market. You need to know that when to enter, why you are entering, and more importantly, having proven and belief on that strategy. You see that you will find countless strategy, right? How many strategy you can trust on that makes money over time. See, making money, as I mentioned, as a trader is a choice. It's not hard, it's choice. Make sure you know that you need only 15 to 20 trades to become a trader. It's all about training your brain to repeat the same trade over and over again. Either you want to grow your fund or you want to pass a challenge or anything. same thing. Okay, so how do you grow? How do you channel your brain to that? Okay, so if you look at here, you can see that in the brain, anything we do, any habit we do, there is a pathway that's called a neuropathway. So anything, everything. Okay, if you look at, for those who have ride bike, probably in the early time, if you have ride bike, then you know that the first day it becomes very uncomfortable, very difficult. And as the time progresses, we build that neuro pathway. We create that neuro pathway that repeats over time, because anything we do, we need energy, and the energy follows the path of least resistance. So as it follows the path of least resistance, the more you do something, the easier it becomes. In trading, in the same way. Okay, so if you look at becoming a trader, finding an edge and then repeating it so that you can build that neural pathway, that connection, so that you can repeat it over time. That's all to be as a trader. Now, in addition, you can add more confluences. You can grow as a trader by learning more and more strategies, more and more ideas that you need to look at. So that being said, what we can see here in this zone, this is a key area of support, also another support here. And from the intraday perspective here, that we can see the market, this is an important support level, right? So in that support, what we are looking at here, the market to brought the price to come back to that level where an area of support, and then to reject back. So the more confluences you have, the better is for us to understand the market. So if you look at here, you can see this is there is a 10 and 20 EMA, the price is above that level, and there's a very narrow red candle. This one is liquidity. So once the market touch that, cross that level, we might be able to see the market to have rejection back here. So crossing that low, that means the daily low, is a threshold that we can look at for today for possible a bounce of that level to this neckline. We might not see a full recovery to the daily high in one go, but if the market coming back below the daily low, here is we can find that zone. Why USD JPY is going up? Okay, that's a good question, right? Why dollar yen is going up? What do you think? Why dollar yen is going up? If you look at here, you can see that this is where, let's look at the multi-time frame analysis here, right? Welcome. You can see that here, after the previous weekly doji, this is a weekly doji creating series of higher low, right? And weekly bullish candle, monthly also that bull candle. From the daily, we can see from here, from this low, it revert back to the upside, and chances that the market highly likely could cross today this high here. And if you look at this low, this is a nearly to 1.5 ATR candle, I think, maybe more than that. So if you look at the ATR here, yeah, so this is almost to nearly to 2 ATR candle on dollar yen, right? And because it's nearly to 2 ATR candle, we may see the market to, as it revert from here, we could see that it's getting rejection back again to cross that high and then to create a new higher high, right? So it's a smaller area, which is an order block, and the market is crossing that zone. We may see the price to potentially push back there, and any pullback, you can see it's a sharp breakout on dollar yen. From the technical, we can see the market is on an upside bias. From the fundamental, we need to look at also quite a few details here to see that how the market is potentially be, why it is heading. But what's your view on that? Yen is going down. Strong USD currency strength than yen. Yeah, these are the reason. But what is the any other fundamental reason that the market is going, dollar yen is going up? If you look at news, could be okay. So some of the here is one of the reason. Many other reasons. What do you see? What he means says, appropriate to keep raising rates in line with economic price trends. So this meeting is one of the reason. Okay. And JPY, whenever there is event on JPY, okay, press conference, any release, you see that JPY become weaker. This is a very important, interesting fact. Did you guys realize? See that in majority of the currencies, when there is an event, there is a meeting, there is a release, the currency gets stronger. In most of the time, you'll see that. But in JPY, it's always the other way around. Can anyone have an idea for that reason? Why does JPY react always get weaker when there is a release or any kind of announcement? In more often you'll see that. And whenever there is you see the scheduled news on JPY, Gbpjpy dollar yen started to trend, especially to the upside in most of the time. Now that's you'll see that that's a great way to understand the market and also master the fundamental aspect of trading, because fundamental is always back of the mind, right? So when you are trading, we are trading technically, but fundamental in the back of the mind, because that fundamental has an influence on the technical trend. So you need to keep both of them on the back of the mind, right? Energy flows, the path of least resistance. Nice, informative, worthy, knowledge. Yes, the energy flows always the path of least resistance. That's science, right? Why does this? Very, very simple explanation, okay? So if you look at this whole universe is energy, right? It's a ball of energy. Everything is energy. If you go to, now you can see the gross matters, trees, birds, table, chair. But if you break down everything into the subatomic level, then what do you see? Go to the infinite scale. After breaking every detail, you find that the smallest is atom, right? And then go further breakdown, you'll find the nucleus. electron revolving. Okay, so we think that the nucleus is a particle, but if you go to the quantum level, it's not a particle, right? It's a cloud with a probability that you can find. So it's sometimes very difficult to grasp the way we learn physics. Okay, if you go to the Niels Bohr's theory, then you will see that it's like this solar system, right? Sun all around the Earth and other planets are evolving. It's on the physical gross level. But if you do the quantum level, you actually don't see particle. You see cloud of probability, where there is a probability of the electron to be found in a specific zone with a certain probability. So it actually appears and disappears at the same time. So you can't say that electron is here, but you can have a probability. It's called the quantum probability, right? At certain given time, what is the probability of that electron to be found in that specific zone? So that is probability, because that's why the quantum world is very, very unusual, right? And we think that, okay, quantum level is in the microscopic level, but we are on a gross or the material level. But imagine the infinite nature of everything, right? So you look at the quantum level from your perspective. What about the higher perspective? Okay, there are trillions, more than infinite number of galaxies, and if you look at from the bigger scale, we are also quantum, right? So that's where things, right? And when you go to that level, that quantum level, everything is actually just energy, nothing else, right? Flowing with an wave of energy. So it's always the wave, because it's in fact wave, right? So then the nature creates this universe with the highest efficiency possible. Always operate with the highest efficiency. But that's why the Fibonacci, right? You see that the pattern of the Fibonacci is to create the highest efficiency possible, because to save energy, to reduce the wastage of energy, the universe operates in that way. And that exactly the human brain also another universe, right? It's just a smaller scale of that. It's a receiver of the data from this infinite source you can find out there. So that also operate in the same way, within the most energy efficient way. That's why you'll see that the brain doesn't care about either something is good for us or bad for us. It only do follow the path of least resistance to reduce, to make it energy efficient. That's why it comes down to the will. Okay, so if we are not using the will, then the habit will take over, because that's the habit is the path of least resistance, which has been repeated over time and created a neuropathway. In that way the energy flows. So if you use the will, then you can create, you can resist the temptation of going to the path of least resistance to path of difficult. Walk on the grass, run in that bush, and then you create a new neuropathway that the old pathway become blocked and new energy flows in the new direction. That's how you can change everything, right? So that being said, let's understand that in this one here, as in trading, in the same way, the market moves in the same way. The market always follow the path of least resistance, and that's why you'll see the market moves from imbalance to the imbalance. The market constantly strives for balance, and that's why you'll see that whenever there's a fair value gap, the price slowly come back there to fill that fair value gap and then move in that direction. So that being said, let's look at here on this goal that we are looking at. The market is coming to that daily support level, nearly approaching there, expecting it to test that and then to revert back again to the upside here. All right, so let's begin again from the fresh perspective. This is what I told guys. I see the likes is very little in comparison with the view. If you like this stream, like this stream. If you don't like it, smash it in any direction. So make sure you do that so that it shows to more people. And that being said, let's begin again to look at here. Okay, so I'm looking at the market again from the fresh perspective because the market is constantly changing, evolving to a new structure, right? So here what we can see that in this area, this is where there is a support level. Okay, and if you look at from that, here is an important support level from the lower time frame perspective. If we look at, this is the daily support, and the market reacting slowly to that level from that support. If you look at what we need to see here, potentially what I think that if you look at here, the market is grabbing liquidity multiple times from those levels, and as the market grabbing liquidity from those level, expecting it to break the low here to this support level, potentially to test that daily low. We would like to see one more drop from that level, that trend continuation. Then we can look for an entry from this daily support level, which is an important daily level that we are looking at in this market for a possible rejection back to the upside here. All right, so you see that dropping back below, which is a sign market may potentially drop to this daily support level, which is an important support. Now, as the market approaching that key level 3476, 3472, these are two levels. Let's look at today's low and the today's market open here, which is very important support, expecting it to come back here. And there is also the 10 EMA that I'm looking at for the market to potentially retest. You look at here, that's an important support level. We're going to enter here. Let's look at how the market is structuring in this area. From the 4 hour that we can see a complete break below. How far we can expect it to drop here in this market, right? Because we need to look at the price to test and then possibly to reject back again to the upside. We might be able to open buy limit very soon. Place buy limit potentially. Guys, ready for a potential entry? It's approaching that trend line, which is an important support here. Let's keep that line here. So putting here a buy limit. Buy limit at 3476.91 is nearly there. So which would like to see the market as better to place. We are already there. So I will be placing little lower area here from the 4 hour support and then moving the stop loss little lower here. So placing buy limit at 3474.59, 3474.59. stop loss. So placing buy limit at this price at 3474.59, stop loss at 3466.85, and TP target here at up 3491.87. That's the TP target. So it's just crossed the entry. So I will be entering by market. I'm going to enter by market because before I place the pending order, it started to drop. So we are seeing the market just cross the daily low here at the daily open. We're expecting it to have a potential. This is a very tight stop loss. Might be able to extend some of this area. So expecting it to potentially bounce back again to like the one they did last time. All right, so I'm long on gold, and I'm long on gold and running in profit as soon as we open. Let's hold the market pretty volatile here, and this is complete breakup structure that you can see. Expecting it to revert back from this level as the market approach that daily low. So daily open and close here. So there is a breakup structure. Would like to see a potentially revert again here from this zone. Though we see there is a sharp break, we have opened a reversal trade here with me, and would like to catch here at least to 50 to 60 pip will be very good one. Let it bounce. I'll give a shout out when I'm doing. So let's go to the 1 minute chart to see little more clearer picture here. Expecting it to bounce it to the upside here to have a potential reversal. We have here nearly to 80 pip stop loss in this trade. All right, guys, hope that you are enjoying the live session. Make sure you like this stream and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. Moving back to the upside. Are you guys ready to take some peep here? $38 peep up currently, 46 peep running profit. Before this 15-minute candle close, would like to see the market pushing back to the upside. We will be taking some peep here. I'm still not closing, though I'm running in profit at the moment. But I'm ready to close anytime if I need it, because I don't want to get too low to hit any stop loss, though which is a part of game. Hitting stop loss is a part of trading, but we would like to take this trade to the best possible level. Currently, I'm running in around 39 peep, 34 peep profit. Here, would like to see a potential bounce. Waiting for a break to the upside here. And all right, cool. Expecting it to break to the upside here, and crossing that high will be very good one to push back to the upside, to cross to 40 pip, 60 pip. Okay, probably we could see further break or another bounce. Okay, looking like that potentially to be The market is coming down. Okay, so we see that there is a potentially bearish price action here, and from the 4-hour the market tested the low, expecting it to cross that high from the 1-hour candle close here. What do you see from the 1-hour? That so here in this area, that the market structure showing that potentially so if we see the price is cracking back above from the high, we can take the trade out. There is the bullish pressure not very stronger as I was expecting. Let's see where it is heading to. So there is a weak fill on the 30 minutes and the lower time frame, the 15 minutes as well. Pushing up for a pullback now. This is the current level that we are seeing the market may try to cross. The price may test this 10 EMA on the 4-hour, and okay, so we see the market overextended back below, and the price just touched the daily low. Is the market going to hit that daily resistance again, or coming to continue to drop? So we're looking at so some bullish momentum potentially coming here from the 5 minutes chart. We need to look at the pullback here now, as there is weak fill. EMA retest on the 4-hour chart, and that is one single drop back below, and would like to see that the market to potentially to pull back to the upside from this level, as this is a complete break of support here. Lower time frame, if you look at the 1 minute here, it formed a double bottom. Now that move, expecting to cross that high here again, 3 4 7 8 level to cross. If the market is going to cross that level, in that area we will be closing the profit if the price showing that pattern back above. So we're extended in this direction here, that you can see. The market from here, after this double bottom, slowly building the pressure, potentially back to the upside here. I would like to see some pushback here. That's what we're waiting to see. A narrow 5 minutes doji. Cool, it's pushing back up, and here is I'm looking at for this possible move back to the upside to the key level, and then to potentially revert back above the daily open. This is the daily open and close here. Yeah, I'm running in little profit here. Would like to see that going up enough for us to take a decent number of pips to catch that. Well, we are on the profit running at the moment. We'd like to see the market crossing that high here. Cool. It's pushing back to the upside here. And that's what we need to see that move. If it is forming that inverted head and shoulder, you should be able to see crossing that level going back to this resistance line. So I'll give a shout out as soon as I'm closing this trade. Guys, this is what I'm looking at in this market to catch those peep here, which is moving in that direction. And we are to the 15 minutes close, which is pretty long doji on the 15 minutes big red candle. And I'm going to close the current trade with the running profit, as there is a candle close. We will be re-entering as soon as we will find it. We have we could take a little bigger, but let's just begin. Keep the winning rate high. 19 pip gain. If you guys closed in profit, you can share what's with your entry. I believe it should be in this nearly to the same entry. And if you look at here, it might push back up again, and we will be re-entering as soon as we find for the liquidity zone. There is a rejection here. It may potentially continue to rise back up. So what's your feedback here? What's the TP? So TP is above, but we have closed because the market in a deeper pullback. So profit, welcome. New all-time high on gold may mean longer pullback. Yeah, this is what I'm looking at. So it might come for a deeper pullback, but we have it might move in a sideway or might come for a deeper pullback. So here our aim is to catch those moves whenever it's happening, and then re-entering again depending on the adjusting the market structure. So whenever we see the market prepared for one move, we can take the trade and then wait for the next one. Because if you look at here, you can see this is a support here, and there is a smaller narrow area, expecting it to bounce here, and then you can see that from here it may go up further or it might move here for a deeper pullback. So as this is NFP week, as you know that this is a pretty volatile week, NFP week, pretty big week, and we have during the NFP, we could see quite a few great trading opportunity coming along the way. So this is what we need to look at as a trader, is to look for the important move and then trading based on that. Okay, so this is what the most important part, to look for the zone and then trading based on that, waiting for the next move and then trading based on that. I believe that, guys, you enjoyed this live session. We have another one coming in just a matter of 3.5 hours for the London session live. And if you guys enjoyed this live session, make sure you don't miss out to connect by subscribing to the channel. Press the notification bell so you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting. And yeah, that's a great way to progress, guys, together. Say yes in the live chat if you take that profit, small, but you have taken. Our goal here is to keep the win rate very high. We are having an incredible win rate, like, you know, in all our group. Say yes in the live chat if you have secured some profit here. And also we'll be discussing more about the education very soon. In all live session, we discuss all the education and everything. So thanks for joining, guys. I'll see you again very soon with another live session coming up in just a couple of hours. Have a short break, have a tea or coffee, and get ready for the next one. Keep trading, keep learning, keep growing.